welcome to the Doomsday Report. And this is a special episode as it's being recorded on the evening of Judgment Day. Now, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome onto the show Gunpoint X. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Doomsday Report.
Yes.
Now, this is technically the first time I've spoken to you lot as a whole band, because any previous conversations we've had, Mr. Doom has hogged the limelight. Now, the first question I have for you is, are you all set for tonight?
Of course we are.
After that sound check, fuck yes, man.
You sounded good.
Ready to go.
Hell yes.
I found myself, you know, playing a bit of air guitar along the way.
Thing is, we've been sitting there since COVID, just nothing to do, so what we did was just perfect. I've been sitting there doing my rudiments, and you've been doing your bass stuff as well, so we came back stronger. What are you not?
No.
Oh, he just appeared sober then. Rock and roll. But we've been the last couple of months in making our album, so everything's bang on there, so let's get it done.
Now, that's actually one thing I wanted to talk to you about, and that's the album. Now, you guys have just finished recording the first album, Perfection of Human Error, with pre-sales available tonight, or to certain people, tanished.
Tanished.
Right, now, the physical copy is due for release on the 22nd of September. Now, how long has this album taken to write, record and make and everything to this point?
Well, technically, 36 years it took to write, because, you know, I'm 36, so it took 36 years, if you think about it.
He gave us 2 weeks.
Alright, it was a doddle. It was just getting it all fucking done, because, like you're saying earlier, like, the first time we've been interviewed as a band, because it's fucking hard to get us all together. When we are together, we're fucking rotten. Yeah. We're not sitting talking about combinations.
I mean, so whereabouts do you all stay with relation to each other?
I'm Hamilton.
Glasgow.
I'm a Chukter. So anyone outside of Glasgow is a Chukter family.
The Steve said Falkirk, but there's no venues there, so they thought he'd join a band for Glasgow.
So you're all pretty much like all over the place?
Yeah, it's that, but it's also schedules and shit, man. All that crap, and then when you actually come down to an album, we're not just fucking plug in and play. There's a lot of stuff. You see how much shit we had in that soundcheck. Yeah. You see what the fucking, that's not even the stage set with the riot shield and that crap. It takes a lot of shit, man. So to get us all together, you know what I mean, is a lengthy process. So making an album, you know, like the Metallica thing, you take the fucking time. I mean, it's not just get it out. And so it was a doddle to write. We had a fucking laugh with just recording it and making it sound perfect. Hence the title, not being rushed. Yeah. You know what I mean, so we wanted it for the night, but it wasn't ready. So we said we'll wait.
Get the pre-orders in tonight.
Yes.
Now, what problems did you encounter along the way during the recording process? I like that sound.
I'm not on that.
The electricity in the west of Glasgow went out, didn't it?
What's that?
Remember the electricity went out when you were doing your vocals and the electric went.
Oh, that's not really a problem. That's just a thing. When you start a new band, it takes a while for things to sort of click. Yeah. And it's like when I started recording with these guys again, it's like it takes a while for it all to gel again. It's been a long time for me recording, so like there was just a lot of tracking to get done. We started back in January, and we were still tracking, I think, up until like when did we finish tracking?
Oh man,
it was like well into the first 3 months or something like that.
I'd say maybe even
May, I think.
Yeah, tracking the fucking thing to me.
So we spent a lot of the time just tracking and getting things right. We've done it a sort of unorthodox way. I don't know if you want me to speak about that, but
maybe not yet.
Maybe not yet.
Wait till soon.
Wait till soon. Okay.
All I want to say is you can't rush art and you can't rush a fart for the same reasons.
Okay.
Let's Now, have you got any particular tracks that you prefer playing off of the album?
Oh my!
Everyone's individual.
I think we've all got different tastes there, like yeah.
Well, let's go along the line.
There's one of our songs called Shockwave Theory. We call it C6 internally, I don't know why. Right. But it's the last song that we play, and that's one of my favourite tunes. It's kind of like different, and it's not just like all out metal, it's got a different kind of feel to it. I thought it sounded like a sort of 90s kind of grunge feel to it in some places. Right. But that's my favourite one to play. John?
As long as I'm sitting behind the kit, aye.
Okay.
So Sin is a fun one to play. So,
yeah.
That's one of the first that we wrote, actually.
That is,
Yeah,
that's
six.
right. Me, I'm always about the new song, so it's alright to say this, because this interview is going to come out in like 6 years, so I'm always about the new song, so we're playing a song for the second album tonight, because, you know, Gunpoint out. So that's mine, Critical Pain Devastator.
Right, and that's off of the next album.
Yeah, that's the new one.
We'll get back to that.
User unfriendly. So this, not actually played this one up until tonight, so we're playing this
So
for the
that's
first time
another-
tonight.
another
So
new
weird
one.
that we've actually never played, nobody's ever heard it, and like, what the fuck,
Nobody's
it's
ever
been...
heard it. So tonight again, another technically new song, but it's been out for what? Well, we've had it for months,
Yeah,
years.
it's like
It's been about a year.
it's like the bastard child you've hid in the basement, and she's coming out.
So it's just been getting worked on over in the background sort of
Okay.
thing. Right, now you've released 2 videos, Built for Sin and Guns, Guns, Guns. Is there a story, any particular story in these videos?
Alright, well, I'll be the one to answer that, to be fair. Right, so Sin, if anybody's watched it, really influenced by Drill in the Vein, if anyone remembers that. It's like the old Roadrunner VHSs, mixed with... So I'm a big fan of... There's a lot of bands I never go to see, but I can watch them on YouTube every few years. But when I watch it back, there's bands I find that's got a certain look. When those videos were made, YouTube didn't exist. Now watching it, it's got this certain kind of look, and I was like, God, that looks so fucking... I missed that. Everything's so fucking perfect and beautiful, and the singers have got their hair straightened and they're all like, well, this shit, fuck it, it's like pop idol, man. I hate that shit. Hence the anti-industrial shit, right? What I was going to say was, you could easily make a video with filters, right? It looks fake as fuck, right? So I was like, what if, and this is a pain in the arse today, I wouldn't recommend it, what if I actually did record it VHS and then put it, edited it digitally? So I'd have to convert it to VHS.
Yeah.
So that's why the Sin video looks like that.
Nice effect.
It's not bad, it took a long time to fucking convert to that way. Then that looked pretty cool, so then we did that raw, and then we did the Guns, and the Guns does have a story if you listen to the lyrics. It's about basically myself as an undead sheriff who comes back and unleashes vengeance on everybody, and there's also themes of basically as many references to guns as you can. Computer games, movies, all that, as much as I could to make sense. And that video was just a representation. That also very tongue-in-cheek, taking the piss. The best part is, the second album is basically a trilogy.
Right.
So Guns is going to be like Unforgiven, 1, 2 and 3. There's Guns Reloaded in the second album, and the third album is Guns Are Us. And then when you see the videos, I'll play them. Because that answers your question.
Is that Unforgiven to do with
Now, are you planning on a 3rd video from this album? I know I've asked you this off camera, but are you planning a 3rd video off of this album?
No comment.
No, come on, don't be a dick, man. Are you planning a 3rd video?
A full video, nah, I've not got time to,
No.
and like I said, it's hard to get everybody together and make a full video. There will be something before the album's actually officially released, but not
Nice.
a full video.
Now, all I want to do
Get that.
is, I want to say a massive thank you to each and every single one of you for allowing me to play bass on the track. Tooth and nail, motherfucker! Check that one out. Anyway, back to the interview. It's been nearly 4 years since your debut gig. Now, how have the time been spent aside from lockdown? What have you been up to during this time? What have you been practicing, writing new tunes?
It's a weird one to answer because like lockdown was a year ago and it's hard to...
The thing is, there's always tunes in the pipeline, there's always something getting done, we're always moving on with a new song at some point, so it's just it keeps on moving, more or less. Like,
Yeah.
as a band, we don't stop working, we're already going to go and start working the second album.
So you've got riffs and everything.
Yeah.
Riffs.
The
And
titles.
samples and
it's
everything.
all up in the air, we just got to put it down into a track.
Yeah.
That's a good, I like that philosophy. That's
Well, that's my life. I'm up here, and I've got to come out.
It already exists, you just pull it into existence.
John needs more snare in the second album before it's even written, you know what I mean?
More
I want an angle one.
Oh, don't do that. Please don't do that. You know, because I saw a documentary on, well, I don't even know if it's a documentary, it's just like a video on YouTube, right? And apparently Lars loosened the screw underneath one of his snares to get that sound.
Like it's hitting wood or something like that.
And I was just like, man, that sounds horrible. I don't know how much of it's true and how much of it is just like taking the piss.
I've seen that. I saw an interview where he showed what he did, and he basically unlocked the snare. It's like there's a lock on it to make it, when you unlock it, it just sounds a bit like something.
You turn the snare off, pretty much.
I think it's an interesting. I like all fucked up stuff, man. It's an interesting concept, just not a full fucking album. You know what I mean?
He's kind of a lot up
Yeah, like,
all the years. It's a
fuck
shame
Metallica.
because back in the first couple of albums, it was perfect. You know, he's the reason why he got behind the drums for most of the people. He just get. I don't know. I feel like he kind of lost his. Because, you know, the videos previous, you can see his, you know, puts his spirit and heart into it, and then next a couple of lines he's just there.
Now, you describe yourselves as anti-industrial gun metal. You are officially the first band I've heard of to have that tag. Now, what is anti-industrial gun metal?
That was a conversation me and John had over a beer, and John was fucking right. So, right, I'm a punk at heart, so you find that a lot of industrial bands that are all backing tracks, man, and they're all clip tracks and all, they play the same set, everything. Like, we don't do any of that. Everything's live. John, we have triggers and shit like that, but John basically is a rock and roll drummer and we play it after him. So you have the industrial aspect, you have like the samples and the clicky and that shit, but we just go with John. So if John's feeling a bit faster that night, a bit slow, we go with him. Don't see a lot of bands doing that, so we're doing anti-industrial, which a lot of purists are probably like, yeah, all that crap, fuck it, I don't care. It sounds amazing, you know what I mean?
That's why I'm not allowed to take drugs. You
Anymore.
can't follow me on speaker
Anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Now, where do you draw your influences for your songwriting for each individual person?
How long's that battery last time? Fuck.
I know.
Everyone.
You may as well go down the line.
Everyone and anyone.
A to Z.
I'm from a sort of punk background. I cut my teeth in punk bands in the early 2000s and stuff like that. So all of my bass comes from that. It's pretty driving, dirty, fast. Aye. There's not a lot of complex stuff. Quite frankly, the bass is probably too big a fretboard for my hands. Like, but, I took a lot of stuff at punk, and in some ways there is punk in this band somewhere. You can hear it in Guns, in the album.
I mean, you see the picking. It's really fast, and that's where you notice that.
Yeah.
Particularly during Tooth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I noticed it when I was like practicing it. It's like that's really fast. You know, you have to keep your fucking hand.
Essentially, I'm just backing the guitar up there.
You need to keep your hand doing that very, very fast.
I mean, I'm quite good at that.
Married.
Married, sorry.
So what about the rest of you guys?
John?
Me? No, is it who I'm influenced by it or who do I steal ideas from?
Either
That's
or.
the same thing.
It's the same thing. Well, it's got to be, you know, the bands that caught me when I was younger. So you got the Machine Head, Pantera, Arch Enemy, Fear Factory, you know, that sort of stuff. Just
When things started getting really heavy again.
yeah, like Dave McLean. I look at his stuff and go, how can I implement that towards the band and make the AV version of what he does? Because it's just, I don't want to get stuck in a You get stuck, you know, you're drumming, you get stuck in that sort of, what's the one?
Rocks.
Comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like, you know, life happens outside your comfort zone, so just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and you'll be surprised at what you come up with. A lot of it just gets, you say, John, that was terrible.
I don't say that.
Oh,
I
well,
would never say that.
well, no.
But to your face.
But I'm on the WhatsApp chat, I can read.
I don't know why.
You gotta just throw everything out and see what works. As I say, bring it down to the cloud. If it doesn't work, back up there for another day.
That's it.
Probably old school metal, like myself, Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax, and then coming into new sort of stuff. Band I'm really big on the now is Orbit Culture.
Fucking knew that's it.
I
I was
Good though.
I was
actually listen to them.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
good riffing,
amazing.
Like strapping on lad, but more modern metal. Kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like that. Very cool band.
But one of my biggest influences, Jesper Strickland, right, I found a member of Influence, and then he's now created a new band called The Halo Effect.
Right.
So, which again, big, I love them for that. I've always been into the sort of Gothenburg, sort of Swedish sound.
So if you can tag them in this interview, that'd be good. You know what I mean?
Nice one, nice one.
We're available, you know, Thursdays to Sunday.
And what about yourself?
I'm a fucking. So I did have tits and all that shit. I mean, punk with Steve. But I mean, Nine Inch Nails is also in there, which is a complete. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? To me, they're all related. I listened to Ludovic Ginaldi as a piano.
So you kind of blend everybody
I'm
together.
a fucking nightmare. But I will say is what Steve said earlier. See the album, and Steve's going on about the punk bass. One element we did not foresee was how strong the bass was going to be in this album.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just saying it because you're sitting there, but I've been listening to takes over and that shit. The bass is so prominent because I'm a big fan of bass. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get to metal, it's just play with the guitar, blues and that shit, and it gets kind of whittled
It
down.
gets lost in the background.
Aye, it's one of the things that if it's not there, you notice it. But Steve's bass, fucking some of the tracks like intentionally make sure the bass is louder in that mix. You know what I mean? Because it's you know it's such a difference.
You don't have to make it louder, it's just got a character of its own.
It's got characters in, but you don't want to mute that. You want it to be very in the forefront, which is not common for a lot of metal bands, especially one as heavy as this. You know what I mean? Those guitars just static.
I mean, what tuning do you play in? Because
It depends on the song.
I jump between drop D and drop C on the bass.
it's quite long.
It's very.
Tooth was drop D, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
so
the,
that's drop D.
Yeah.
I always got two guitars, one's tuned to C, one's tuned to D. So it's swap. We get the D tunings out the way first, and then we go into the low.
In between songs, I need to tune my vocals down, man. Like, yeah, I need a
Frankenstein. Right. Now, you played a few gigs since your debut show. Has there been any gigs that stick in your mind for any particular reason? Now, Wards last year was absolutely stacked. It really was. Wards was like an amazing lineup last year. I wish I went to that. But any gigs that stick in your mind for any particular reason?
The one I couldn't make. Dundee.
Oh, that's good.
That was one.
Shit, yeah.
Was that Wards?
Chords.
Yes.
Big danger.
I had to go, I was Fort William, so I thought, you know what, I can just get a train to Fort William to Dundee, it's right there. But there's no trains ever built. If you go Dundee, so I was fucked. But luckily, you know, Michelle, the missus, came in and just nailed it apart. Perfect, so thank you,
starting
Michelle.
to fear for your place in the band.
No, I was just, I was fearful for my marriage because I was going to say, yeah, I've got things to do. I'm not going on holiday, Fort William, I'm going to go to Dundee. Like, I walked out, thankfully.
Ah, we missed you, man. Like, Shelby split the payroll and Hunter
Yes.
Petty, she stepped in, thank God. She was already part of the festival
So
then,
we're in the songs.
so we really, she helped out and it was great. And
So you stole Halo's drummer for the evening?
yes, basically, she did a double set that day, pretty much.
She did,
Played
yes.
her set, which was about half an hour-ish, and then 20-minute break, and then she was back on stage. But we fucking, that's just the way it works, man, you know what I mean?
A bottle of rum as a thank you.
Right.
Sorted.
But
Aye, but I mean, it still doesn't really answer my question though. Is there any gigs that stick in your mind?
Yeah, the last year in Judgment Day sticks in my mind.
Edinburgh first time round.
Aye.
which we don't speak about.
Oh, but let's speak about that game.
Moving
Oh,
on.
That game never happened.
No,
Well, I think
that's
that might have been Corrupt the Systems last gig who were also playing the night.
Yeah, that's
right now. You can hear them in the background.
And that's that Corrupt system that's on right now.
Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of stuff went wrong. It was like a second gig, and I don't think the keys stopped working. So they sort of improvised on the fly.
That's just everything that could have went wrong.
Yeah.
The speaker didn't work. His amp.
Oh, yeah, that was the start. It was a series of events, a series of unfortunate events.
Let's move on for that answer because I was already getting the feel about the night because I'm like, Jesus, remember that?
But we pulled through
Best.
and we just had a good show.
I think apart from that, every fucking gig has been banging for a different reason. But without getting too gay about it, fucking flies, man. Without getting too gay about it, just enjoy everyone because everyone we actually get to hang out and have a fucking drink together and it's just a pleasure and whatever happens happens.
Well, that's the way I describe you guys on the radio show that I do is you're kind of an enigma. You know, you're a band that needs to be seen. You know, to truly appreciate like the art, the craft, because it's not just the music, it's the visual performances, the whole visual aspect of the live show as well. You know, so you can listen to a band, but until you've seen them live. You know, so yeah, that's me just blowing smoke up your ass.
That's a good answer. You can tell you're a musician by saying that answer.
But that's I remember saying that to you years ago. Is it doesn't matter if I'm playing to one person or 100 people. We're on stage. This is what we do. Play a heart suit regardless.
Right, now moving forward for the rest of the year, what are the plans?
What was this? August?
I've got a couple of gigs lined up.
Aye, we get gigs. After this album's out, I'm taking 2 weeks off. I'm not talking to anybody. And then we're going to go.
Decent quiet.
Yes.
Quiet for 2 weeks.
Decent quiet. I won't annoy you, sort of bunch of, and then we're going to play. Let me get this right. Oh, Halloween weekend. I don't fucking know the dates because I'm not fucking.
That gives I think
28th and 29th.
Aberdeen, Krakatoa,
That's leaving, I think.
and then we're playing
Is it Metal?
Aye, Purple Cats and
House of the Rising Scum with Brothers Outlaw and fucking 8 Ball, who are shite by the way.
What? You'll understand.
And then, I think, I'll be honest, we'll just fucking take some time off, do a bit of research, get the second album ready, prepped, and then next year back on it, but that's pretty much it. Like, getting this album out was just the priority and just the fucking shit. It's so easy, like, we've all been in bands before, it's so easy to keep the ball rolling.
yeah.
Starting it up is, you've no fucking idea how long that shit takes. So, now that that album will be out, that's it, and then we get to have like 2 weeks up and then back on it again, and back on it again.
Yeah, it's all about staying relevant, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, unrelevant, you know what I mean?
And irrelevant.
That's irrelevant, yeah.
Right, well, that's absolutely awesome. I mean, I'm so glad that I finally got the chance to chat to you all as a group. Finally, it's only taken, what, 4 years?
Yeah.
You know, but I am really looking forward to your set tonight, guys.
Oh, mate. Oh.
Thank you for taking the time out and speaking with me on the Doomsday Report. And what can I say? Well, I have been Esteban. This has been Gunpoint X.
By the
and
fucking
this has
album.
been the Doomsday Report. Keep it metal.